When Ethereum is not accepted, it will be very clear to everyone that it is a crypto asset security and not a commodity. This should happen sometime this summer. After that, you'll see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, and the rest of the lower layers are all just unregulated crypto assets. There will never be a spot ETF that goes around any of them. Wall Street will not accept any of them. A lot of big-time buyers will not recognize any of them as crypto assets. This is the only crypto asset from Michael Saylor that is accepted by all institutions around the world. He is saying that Ethereum ETF will not be accepted. We'll talk more about this in this film, so make sure you watch all the way through. After that, what's going on? The crypto trip. Now Sean is back with another movie about cryptocurrencies. He doesn't waste any time getting right to it. Politicians want SEC Chair Gensler to agree to the spot Ethereum ETFs. Different from what Michael Saylor just said, this is a 180. There won't be any Ethereum or any other altcoin that can be used to approve a spot ETF. Is that really true? Now let's hear from Jack Mallers. Some time ago, Jack talked about this in a news story. Let's hear what he had to say. Let Jack speak. What do you think, though, about the idea of an ETF that could bring in even more big money for smart contracts? Yes, I don't like any other cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin. I think there is a funny story behind why this is happening, though. I mean, I really laughed out loud. Someone told Gary Gensler, "Hey, buddy, you're not in charge anymore." You'd have to think about why that was. That's because Wall Street and banks are making money, right? At the moment, banks are getting ripped off because they have to buy bonds that aren't doing well. Then all of a sudden they have a free market in this separate crypto thing. In fact, they're making money. There is life in these shops. It gets better here. These things work well when states debase their currency. And they tried Bitcoin, which was the best offering they'd ever had to offer. They asked, "Oh man, how many more useless things are out there that we can list as ETFs?" I really believe that's what's going on. Right now, based on the big picture, it's a much better business to start crypto ETFs than to buy bonds. So I think someone told Gary, "Hey buddy, I'm sorry. We need to make money, even though you think these are stocks." That's what took place. Does Jack make a case? Is Gary stuck in a corner? Gary Gensler finally gave in and let these ETFs start being exchanged for other digital assets? We'll see in time. View Bitcoin at the moment, it is keeping track of time. We've reached 68,000. It got a little cooler today. What do we see? What do we think will happen? This is a Bitcoin from 3 days ago. You need to pay attention to and look at something. There are two things. Take a look here. We are now sitting on this horizontal barrier, which is where we were turned down. There are a lot of different ways to look at this now. We've already shown you this. There's a chance that this is an inverted head and shoulders pattern about to happen. That's the first case. Take a look at the second case. This might be a triple top spot. Now, is this what we expect? The RSI looked below 50 right now, but it seemed to hold strong in this area. The trend will always be on your side. At the moment, we are making lower lows and lower highs. Do you think this means we'll go back to the bottom and start over? It's not a given, but you can't rule it out either. On the other side, you can see an inverted head and shoulders pattern, which is very bullish. This is a triple top pattern, which is very bearish. What direction are we going? You should pay attention to where this 20-day moving average is around $65,000. This is around the peak from April 21st, 2021. We go back down, try this again, and then just do a bump and run. Is that really going to happen? You need to wait. We still believe this is a bull market no matter what. Even when you zoom out on the macro, the highs and lows stay high. To say it again, it's not over until it's over. We don't think we're quite there yet in terms of the cycle. For more information, check out the $800 billion standard chart. It says that Bitcoin will likely reach a new all-time high by this weekend. What does that mean? That means that we are now at 68,000. Right now, the time is being recorded. The 23rd of May is today. Once Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, it will likely rise by about 8 to 9%. That's more than 74,000. Could this happen? Yes, this does fit into the book world. BTC has always done that. Looking out at how Bitcoin is doing, a lot of people are excited about the alt market. This upward trend has been going strong since November of last year, with higher highs and higher lows. What did Bitcoin do today this week? It broke through this uptrend support line that had been there. One thing to keep in mind is that we almost hit that 20-period moving average again right around the 53.6% level. We can see that we also had this positive cross when we zoom out. But the last time we tried this, it got stuck, and there was that alt rush. Since Bitcoin fell through this, are we going to see a meltdown? It looks like that's what will happen. Take a look at the total 3. The total 3 still looks strong. Today we did a little bit of going backwards. We went from 700 billion to 680 billion. We can only see that the bull market support band is still being held and honored. Trends will be your friend until the end once more. Then, a major CEO bets on a surprise Biden crypto flip as Congress rushes to a key vote that could send Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP prices through the roof. Imagine my surprise when Biden changed his mind about cryptocurrencies. This means that if you don't back them, I don't know how the election process will go for you. This is one of the important issues and a way to vote in the 2024 presidential election. Today we have a chance to decide if the next version of the internet will be made by Americans or by people from another country. The FIT21 Act gives us that chance and starts a bigger conversation than just innovation. This bill is about keeping the country safe. It's about keeping customers safe. In a worldwide sense, it's about competition. It's about making choices about how the global digital economy will work and look in the future. At the moment, all online purchases are middle level. But as we move further into the digital age, digital assets are important for making the internet less centralized so that people in the US can do business directly with each other. Now, there's no need for a middleman. This is something we couldn't do without crypto. I also believe it is important for Americans to be able to choose whether to do business directly with each other or through a middle manager. Giving people that choice will completely change the digital economy, giving Americans and people all over the world new chances we haven't even thought of yet. But this Congress can't stand by any longer while regulators waste this chance that is right in front of us. This administration has shown that they don't want the digital asset business to be able to come up with new ideas in the US. This man, a Republican from Minnesota, is shown here. In other words, this administration we're talking about, Biden's administration, has been largely blocking crypto right now. They're not in favor of it. That's why you see this Forbes article, the mood for crypto is going to change all the way through 2024, and there will be a surprise flip. Overall, very positive. But Charles Hasiskin has something to say about Bitcoin and the crypto world as a whole. Let's hear what Charles has to say. Bitcoin needs the business to stay alive, and it needs the exchanges even more. And all the other systems, because that part of it can't work on its own. But Bitcoin is no longer needed for the business to stay alive. Having a digital product with a good name like Bitcoin is great. It's like having digital gold. However, keep in mind that it is only a sign and the monetary policy is meant to cause prices to fall. So another digital gold can appear at any time. It will be just as safe, if not safer, if it is based on good science. That's why, using a scientific method with Cardano, we worked for 7 years on designing a proof-of-stake protocol, from the GKL model to our most famous, the Kraus, Genesis, and everything that came after. As an ecosystem, we thought a lot about how to make a secure consensus protocol that uses little energy and has all of Bitcoin's features, and we were very strict about this. People said that the Bitcoin environment was a scam, that it didn't exist, that technology couldn't exist, that it was always moving forward, and that proof of stake was wrong. Okay, I don't see how that can last. You can't compare it to an environment. In other words, no, we don't need Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will need to grow, adapt, and change in order to stay alive. That's all from Charles. Will Bitcoin last? Will Bitcoin only last for 15 years and then go away? This comes at a time when crypto regulators are likely to approve some altcoin ETFs. What do you think? That's all from me, Sean from the Bitcoin Bros. Do you like this stuff? Press the like button, check out the station, and show us some love if you haven't already. Thank you for your help. That's all I have to say for now. I'm leaving.